Hi, and welcome to the SEO podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another fun-filled Friday. We took a week off, and we are ready to rock and roll today.
We're back, unlike the federal government.
That's right.
Well, like Arnold said, they'll be back.
Yeah,
also.
for real.
In some cases,
still won't have fixed anything.
In some cases, still unfortunately.
Yeah, thanks.
You are listening to podcast number 102. This is the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. That is because of you. Let me slide this over for you just to make sure we got some balance here. That was probably a loud drop. Thanks to you, we're the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. I just got back from Panama last night, and I had the most horrific drive on a freeway ever here in the U.S. after I got back.
But you've only had like 2 drives though.
Exactly. But it was ever. Driving in Panama is absolutely insane. It's just bizarre, psychedelic, unbelievable. We actually got pulled over in Panama on the way to the airport yesterday in the morning. It was like the class, the James Bond where the dude's on the motorcycle that goes off road and on road.
Oh yeah.
And then there's a dude with an AK-47 on the
Shoot
back,
out. Oh, yeah.
like all bouncing around, and you're like, I hope he's got the safety on. So we got pulled over by one of those.
Wow.
Yeah, they turned around and I'm like, I don't know if I should pull over, and then he points at me in my mirror and says, pull over. Apparently, the windows were too dark.
Oh, okay.
And they had recently arrested another criminal in a Honda CRV. So I don't know the logic, which is...
Oh, you were in a CRV?
And we were in a Honda CRV, which is... Today must be
if you have
criminals
dark windows in a Honda CRV, and that guy did, you must be with him. Obviously. God.
So I had to roll down the windows and hear my babies in the back with their mom looking at the cop. Anyway, that was another fun experience. I am excited today because it's been a while and we have, look what I have in my hand.
Oh, a review. That's what's up.
We have a review on iTunes, so we'll be getting to that here shortly. You can stalk us. You can follow us. You can contact us. Contact us at podcast@e-webstyle.com. Stalk us both at twitter.com/ewebstyle, facebook.com/ewebstyle, youtube.com/ewebstyle. Stalking's not so good on YouTube. And you can actually see our videos. And we do have a couple of cool videos and some cool stuff. We've got lots of information to go over. As usual, last podcast, we have a tip. And last podcast was podcast number 101, so we went back, we did the basics. We thought that was appropriate.
Okay.
The tip is check your SEO fundamentals quarterly. I was trying to put those words together. All right, let's get to it. A little bit of news. Apparently I go away for a week and the federal government decides to shut down.
You should never go away.
I'll never go away again. Or I'll go away immediately after it shuts down.
Yes.
So the news was federal websites may also go down. I wonder how that works. If we were hosting...
There goes your link juice.
If we were hosting a website for the federal government, we probably wouldn't shut them off that day because they're prepaid, but I don't know. That's interesting. Do the lights go out? When the federal government shuts down, do the lights turn off?
That's a good point.
Hey, I'm gonna go work on Saturday. Oh, I couldn't work. The lights were
power,
out.
Yeah.
That's a little bizarre. I like this. HTC profits triple because of smartphone
Android?
sales. HTC. Yeah. Yeah, specifically the Evo, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd say, I've had an HTC phone since 2008, and I probably won't get off. I like their phones. They make really good phones.
They're awesome. Even my last Microsoft phone was an HTC. The phone was good quality.
Mm-hmm. And my first was a Windows. My first HTC was a Windows, and
it will be your last.
Yes, I will not get another.
I'm tempted.
Windows.
The marketing is really good, right?
Really
You're
good.
looking at it. It's got that simple screen and the
Android.
numbers. You're like, not gonna touch it.
Not
Sorry,
Android.
Sorry. No, you're gonna have to. Your marketing's gonna have to triple or something to get me back. In addition to a review, actually one of our listeners, Darren, created a QR code.
That was very cool
for us. So Darren, thanks. Shout out on that. You can find that at Facebook. We've got some really cool stuff over at Facebook. I don't remember any of it right now. There's some photos of you eating Latino ice cream. Yeah.
It was off the chain.
And a picture of a margarita. When we went to the restaurant
Those
around the corner.
Cucos.
All right, here we go. This is
That's awesome. I read that and I was like, is that really who that's from? I didn't know that even existed.
yeah, me either. Websites for blind people. It's Steve Dale, myblindbiz.com. He's in Mission Viejo, California, and he has written. This is all.
Does
You
that
know
say
this.
butt itch?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hold on a second. At first, I thought, what a bunch of clowns.
Join the club.
Yeah, we can't really deny that. But after a few podcasts, I got it. They actually enjoy what they do for a living. They actually like internet marketing. Fortunately, so do I. Occasionally, they make your butt itch in a healthy way. I don't. Is that just?
I'm not even. I'm just gonna. I don't even
I
know.
just got a picture, that when dogs will scoot across the carpet. That's our listeners. Darren, there's an image for you. Our listeners scooting across the carpet like a dog. They have pushed me to grow in my internet marketing business. I've been forced to look at some areas I don't do so well and admit I can't do it at all. They exposed me to the concept of a team. Thanks, guys. They seem to have the pulse of the industry in their studio. They harmonize like this is amazing, well-crafted autoresponder.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
what's up.
They flow like a viral video. Charles, you're going to have to steal that one. They flow like a viral video.
I don't even know what half that means, but it sounds good.
And you can't turn off, a viral video you can't turn off. And they monetize like an AdSense for weight loss on page 1.
Oh, that's what's up.
Ooh,
I
that's
actually
awesome.
do know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kinda.
That's awesome. You just pretended.
Can you just dumb down the analogies? Like, it's good.
Yeah, wow, Steve Dale, thank you so much.
That's awesome.
MyBlindBiz.com. We're gonna check that out. I'd like to know.
I didn't even
what
know
you
that-
do in that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I always thought that kind of blind people got the short end of they got the shaft when it comes to the internet.
Well, I know that that pages, when they're written properly, even Charles was kind of pointing out to me that the proper way to write some pages is for so that it can be read, and so the links are obvious,
Okay.
where you can click and everything. So
That's what's up.
that is what's up. Thank you so much, Steve Dale. And I'm done. I'm gonna go sit down, and you
That's
can.
what's up. Wow. All right. So today we're going to talk about something that was probably about 2 weeks old. And if you are listening from out of the United States, this will not pertain to you yet because we're awesome and we get stuff first. We're going to talk about the +1 button.
+1.
Yeah. If you guys have seen about a week and maybe it was last week, I think. Google rolled out +1. It was on, as a matter of fact, I first saw this on March the 30th or 31st. They came out with a +1 button, and then on April 1st, they said we're retracting the +1 button. I think Chuck said he thought it was a prank, but it is back. So you do have the +1 button. And to make a long story short, it is an attempt at Google to have a Facebook like button.
Yeah.
That's basically exactly what it is. Here, I printed some stuff from Google. It says,
And if you think about it, we'd ultimately rather, and so would most businesses, rather be focused on their website
yes.
instead of, kind of diversifying and having, okay, now we've got a business Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
Some people probably put together a business MySpace page.
Yeah.
And if we could consolidate all of that and have it in one place, it actually, there would be some nice benefits. It could make our job easier.
Yes. So, and it works just like a like button. Basically, it's, I'm going to kind of paraphrase this from this printout I got from google.com. It says, use the +1 button to publicly show that you agree with or recommend things on the web. You can, right now, the +1 button can be on Google. Right now it's on Google related sites and on a select few non-Google sites.
So is the plus actually in the SERP, or?
It will be in the SERP. It will be on websites, and it will be on ads. It will be on. Yes.
So you have to be signed into Google in order for it to be on the SERP. Okay.
Because right now.
Well, that makes sense, because otherwise, like, who likes it? It's
Exactly.
got the person
Yeah.
who signed in.
Right now, they're only showing the +1 button to a small slice of the U.S. population that is signed in users as an experiment, and I'll get into this later.
Are we
We are
seeing
not.
it?
Well, no, I have not seen one yet. Chuck, have you seen one?
Yep, I just did.
This is late breaking news. E Web Style gets the plus button.
So if y'all are wondering, I've never heard of the +1 button, or I've never seen it before. That's why it's only being rolled out to a select group of people. It's called basically an experiment, and I'll tell you how you can get on the experiment. So
which Google calls every experiment beta.
Yeah, basically. So it's in beta. So right now you might see a +1 button for a Google search result, a Google ad, next to an article that you're reading, or on your favorite news site. It could be all over the place. Basically, so what happens is when you click the +1 button, it'll turn blue, and it'll be added to the +1s tab of your Google profile. So right now, if you're in the experiment, you go to your Google profile, you have this tab, and you can see like your likes. You can see all your all your +1s that you can see, right? Then you can say,
like is probably copyrighted patent.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Like after a while, we won't even be able to say to our friends. Yeah.
No Valley Girl talk anymore. That's
so,
$50.
There you go, Facebook. So it'll turn blue, and it'll be added to your +1s tab, and you can manage the +1s. You don't have to show. You can show the whole world what you like. Your +1s. You can show only your social connections for your Google profile, your +1s, or you cannot show any of your +1s. It could just be for you. So they will let you customize it, right? All right. So to me, this is exactly like the Facebook like. In my opinion,
it has the possibility for some parallels to the Blico. You can report. I think you can report as spam, or they've got some option in their SERP. So and they've used that actually to weed out a lot of the Blico search engine.
Spam?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense. You've got all these people. If you've got a reasonable software that'll go in and analyze the results that people are doing, how many pluses does a certain website have, and from what diversity of a group, then it would be actually a really powerful search engine optimization. I mean, search engine results providing tool, right? Let's adjust our SERP based on how many people actually plus.
That's exactly what they're gonna do. When I read it to say that it will affect the SERPs.
At some point, yeah.
Yes. If 100 of my social connections like this one thing, like this one plumber in Houston, and I search for a Houston plumber, there's a good chance that plumber will be there. Now,
you're right. It may get as granular as who do the people you are associated with like.
Yes.
And it may have a more broadcast universal, which is how many people in general like this. So maybe most people like another plumber, but all of your friends like this plumber, so it's going to make sure that plumber.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Now, I haven't seen Google explicitly say that the +1s will affect your SERPs.
I think probably right now they would say absolutely it will never.
Yes.
And then it might later.
That's exactly how I think it's going to go. So right now they're not doing it, but I think it's a great experiment. I think that it's not right now. I don't think it's going to take off. I think it has the possibility to really, really take off later. And the reason Chuck and I were talking about this, the reason I say this is because I'm signed into my Google account all the time.
Right.
At home, at work. I am probably, of everyone I know, maybe 5% of those people are signed in. And of those 5%, they're probably all in this industry.
Right.
Most of my friends and family don't sign into their Google account
while
all
they're surfing.
the time.
Yeah.
They are signed into their Facebook, and they are signed into their email. But as more and more people are signed into Google all the time, I think that this will really catch on.
Well, you mentioned you were discussing this with Chuck. Why don't we bring Chuck out? Because I also have a question that maybe he knows the answer to.
Yeah.
So while he's heading over here, I'll be formulating my unbelievably brilliant question.
Yes. And
hopefully not forgetting it.
Yeah. What you can also look forward to is, as you like things, this is an excellent opportunity to Google to stalk you, find out what you like, and show you ads.
Yeah.
So this is a great way to them generate more ad revenue. What's happening, Chuck?
What's going on?
All right, Chuck. So you were debating with Paul about the Plus, about when it's going to be useful. Paul gave us his opinion. What do you think?
Well, one thing I think is key about it, is because I just voted, right?
Okay.
And so
Oh, by the
I
way,
did.
who'd you vote for?
Well, I'm gonna give you.
Oh, okay,
I did
okay.
it for a reason
Uh-huh.
because we're broadcasting. I
Okay.
went to Google. I searched SEO podcast.
Right,
We came up in the SERPs.
right,
Plus one wasn't there.
Okay.
Right.
right.
Signed into Google. Searched it again. Now my plus ones are there.
Okay.
We're number 3 or 4 in the SERPs for SEO podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, we rock. And so I clicked plus one. Then it gives you a pop-up window that says, "Hey Chuck, you voted plus one. It's associated with my Google profile."
Okay.
And so I'm assuming that if I didn't have a Google profile, then it would have asked me to create one,
Yeah.
right?
Although, but when you weren't signed, oh yeah, exactly.
I mean, because you
So
can have a
you'd be
Google
signed
account
in.
without
Yeah.
having a profile.
Okay.
You can be
You know.
signed in, but not have a profile. Yeah.
Yeah, and so everybody who's listening and watching, if you have a Google profile,
Which you should, by the way, just for SEO purposes.
exactly, search SEO podcast, and I'm curious to know what you see. Do you see like my plus one Chuck likes this, or is it something a little bit more private? Because the message display says Chuck publicly plus one, this
Yes.
result.
And you can
And
you can
so-
edit that. You can
Yeah.
say I don't want to show anybody this
Yeah,
or not.
exactly. So I'm
So
curious
it
to
is
get some
public
feedback.
now.
It's public,
You can see that.
absolutely.
I kind of this is like a I thought it was kind of weird how what was it maybe 3 to 4 weeks ago when Google started incorporating Twitter not updates but like I can see for example you go to SEO
They had the live.
not the live feed but like you know what I'm saying like the Chuck tweeted this
Okay, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They started incorporating when people retweet things like articles. I went into I googled SEO podcast a while back, and Chuck had tweeted something about that page, and it showed a little picture of Chuck, and Chuck Mo Serious or whatever tweeted this, and I was like, okay, wow, that's pretty cool. Now I can see it. I'd heard about that about a month ago, and I just started to see it maybe a week or two, and now this rolls out. So are we gonna see the plus one button or Chuck plus one this? Chuck retweeted this. I want to know how they're going to kind of balance the real estate on the SERPs with all these different.
Well, and you
social
mentioned that
things.
it's actually going to go in with the sponsored list, sponsored ads, right? With AdSense, not AdSense, but sponsored ads.
Well, it'll be it'll be
There's
everywhere.
not much room there, right?
I think there's a lot of room.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because the way it looks is right now is the icon is small and it's right next to the little magnifying glass
Okay.
on the main search.
Oh, so it's at the top of it's like the
You know how-
title
you know
tag,
how your
the
organic
magnifying
listing-
glass, and then next to the magnifying glass. Okay.
Exactly.
The Twitter one is at the bottom.
Yes, at the bottom,
Okay,
exactly.
right.
So, next to that title tag, there's space for several more icons. I assume we have plus one is just the start. Soon there'll be something else.
Buy ads here.
Or maybe they'll have to make badges, right? Because your first thought is at some point they're going to say, 8 people have plused this site,
I
right?
think it'll be 8 plus.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's what it.
And then at some point though, 1,000, you can't write it out, so or 1,000,000, so you've got to maybe make some sort of badge
1M
or
plus.
something.
Like
yeah.
that's the way it'll be at the bottom. Well, how many people?
Okay, that's what you said.
This is an example. How many people have plus one? This will be at the bottom.
Of the search
Of the search.
result,
of,
yeah.
of the search engine result.
Okay, but the actual button will be at the
At
top.
the top.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So that's cool. So you're probably wondering, hey, how can I get in on this experiment?
Yeah, so I sign into your Google profile, go to beta, and then you have to check a box that says you want to participate in plus one, and then next time you sign in, it'll do it.
When you can link profiles, right? Now is that a Google Boost thing, or so
I think it's totally separate.
totally like each profile is totally separate? Is there?
So
there's-
speaking of boost, I haven't even seen the plus one next to sponsored or local ads. I've only seen it with
on the
natural.
okay.
Yep.
Well, here's what you have to have. You want to get on, follow Chuck's instructions. You must have a supported browser. I assume that's Chrome.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go in on Chrome?
Of course.
Okay. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, wait a minute. Chuck uses Chrome now.
Yeah, bye
It's
bye
awesome,
Firefox.
though.
I mean, look,
Thanks. It was hot.
me and Firefox, we were married, right? And
Yeah. It was a long,
it was
glorious
long,
relationship.
you know. But then, you know, she started
with lots
tripping.
of add-ins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
like-
was getting freaky relationship.
She started tripping, man, and then the whole time I had Holiday Chrome, and she gave me a number, you know, and then I called her, and then she was like, "Look, I can take all your Firefox stuff and make it look better." And so,
I'm like your gal on
deuces.
steroids.
Firefox, what's up, Chrome? And so immediately she went to my desktop, to my laptop, to my home PC, to the church PC, you know. So yeah, I'm Chromey.
I love it. I think Chrome is great. So you got to be on at least Chrome. I bet Firefox is in there.
Are you
probably
guys
IE.
using? I don't know if Chrome has it. I'm using Firefox Sync, which is an add-in for Firefox. Literally takes passwords and everything and bookmarks or whatever they're called in Firefox to every place that I sign in to Google Sync.
Oh, I didn't know
including passwords. So like, you know, when I go into email or whatever,
It's
if I've
already
changed the
there.
password, it's already there.
That's
It's
what's up. I didn't know
sweet.
that.
I'm sure Chrome has something like that.
Like that. All right, so you have to have a supported browser. You have to access Google in English from the United States. You have to have the most recent Google navigation bar with the gear icon in the top corner of the page. You sign in out of your Google account to refresh your cookies, and you must be signed into your Google account and remain so while you want to see the +1 button. So that last thing is, to me, that is what will kind of hold this back, because you have to be signed in, and most people I know are not signed in unless they are in this industry.
Well, they're probably going to just roll out this technology. This is a great way, you know,
a great way to test it.
Yeah, you know how they do Wave, like when they did Google Wave, it was like, okay, here's 1,000 people and every person gets 5 Wave invites. And so it grows a little more slowly. This is going to be slow because of the reasons you just described, and then they start rolling it out into regular organic searches. People click it and go, hey, you've got to create a profile in order for that to be recorded.
Well, and then not just that. Something we was talking about before was that so many people on Android, right?
Right.
Where it requires
go.
a Google
Account?
Yeah,
Yes.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That, you know, once you get to your computer, you sign into Gmail, you are in Google.
yeah.
No matter how many
You're signed
tabs you
in.
open, no matter how many times you close that browser and bring it back up, you're in.
I mean, I wonder how many people have actually started using Gmail because they got an Android phone.
Probably the numbers.
It's huge.
Yeah, I could look that
I
up.
know 4 people personally who have Evos. My sister, her husband, my homeboy, his wife. They got Evos, and they started using Gmail only because they got Evos.
Yeah.
They would have never, like my wife wouldn't have used Gmail until we moved her account to Gmail.
Yeah.
And, you know, this would have done it. Even once we get her a phone that's Android based, she would have switched to Gmail.
That's
too.
crazy.
Or
That's
even think about businesses like ours, for example. Well, I had been using my most serious email on Google Apps
Right.
for like the past 4 years, right?
Right.
And then just 3 months ago, I synced it and made my email my official Google account.
Right.
And so now
Yeah,
you know, I'm all the way logged in as soon as I check email.
Yep.
So yeah,
Google
they'll
is
probably-
forcing people to go to Google.
I'm cool with it.
Basically.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
rocking with it, you know, like I said.
But they're forcing him by providing a better phone than the iPhone. It's,
Oh, that's part of my blanks there too.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Okay, well, real quick, I want to talk about another quick tool that Chuck actually sent to me the other day, and I actually got it from Chuck before I got it from Matt Cutts, so that's what's up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got it from Matt though.
Yeah, but I never check my Twitter. So.
Yeah, you got him tweet that. Yeah.
If you don't follow Matt Cutts on Twitter, follow Matt Cutts on Twitter. End of story.
He tells you about his diet and his latest.
Yeah, or he'll send you a cool tool like check how quick your page is loading up.
This is
Yeah, I was
That's cool.
okay,
this is the
that's what's up.
Page Speed Labs beta. What I don't know the difference between labs and beta.
Labs is like it's a collection of betas.
Oh.
Okay,
there you go.
They could have called it betas.
If you go to pagespeed.googlelabs.com, it will check your page speed. You put in as a little like a search bar. You put in your URL,
yeah.
and it checks. I did it for eWeb style.
It's pretty cool. It tells you, you know, what's wrong, what you need to do to speed it up, and it prioritizes them. Like you need to do this first.
First,
Yeah.
cut your images.
Yeah,
from-
optimize your images. Do that. Then, secondly, correct your code. It's pretty cool. You know,
I thought it
probably
was, yeah.
something we'll probably implement. You know,
As part
before
of our
site
process.
launch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says high priority, medium, and low. High priority are suggestions that represent the largest potential performance wins For the least development effort, you should address these items first. Obviously, going down. I thought it was really cool, and it says things like minimize redirects. Other things, it'll say optimize images or combine images into CMS sprites. I have no idea what that means. A low priority item, minify JavaScript. That's a word? Minify.
Minify.
It is now. Google says it's a word.
It's on the web.
When it comes to the CSS thing, I think they were saying, well, basically, you know how with using style sheets, you can put an image there and don't necessarily have to code that image in your HTML. And so it's faster if you just have your images linked in your style sheet. And so it'll read them and load them quickly.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now. I'm like,
style, sprites.
Yeah, I like sprites. Tastes good.
Tasty.
And I got
Uncola cola.
Yeah, there you go. So what Chuck said.
Yeah, obey your thirst.
Ditto. Yeah, ditto what he said. I'm retweeting what Chuck's saying right now. All right.
Dude, right plug
You know, one day the story, you're going to tell the others, stories are going to be like, dude, you got to retweet this. You know, like our kids are going to go, dude, you got to retweet this. This is the craziest thing happened to me. This is retweetable.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. People are going to speak in terms of retweet now.
Well, that's already happening.
Yeah,
You know,
they won't say, "Oh, my homeboy told me this." Yo, I'm retweeting what Chris just said.
I mean,
Blah 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 blah.
I mean, it's almost to the point now. You know, you introduce myself. I'm at Chuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking I'm at Chuck, bro. Like,
It'll no longer be plagiarism.
yeah, I'm not
It'll be
Charles Lewis.
retweeting.
I'm at Chuck.
You retweeted. We
Where you work
retweeted
at,
this
you
research
at
thing.
website?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's hilarious. I'm
Here's
at
my
Chuck.
QR code.
yeah, scan me.
That's funny because that's exactly what's got when your kids are like in their teens. That's probably what it'll be. It'll be, man. We'll look at it and say you guys are a bunch of weirdos.
Weirdos, yeah.
But that's how life will be.
And by the way, Twitter will be gone.
Yeah.
But they'll still be calling it retweeting.
All right, my last quick tool. Chuck also showed me this. OpenSiteExplorer.org. It's a great place you can go and just kind of get a quick analysis of your site, and it'll give you things that again, a little search box, put in your URL. It'll give you the page authority of that page, domain, which is the URL score, combining all link metrics. It'll give you the domain authority, which is the overall score of the root domain, linking root domains, which are root domains with links to that particular URL, and total links. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, let me take this time to go ahead and stamp certified Open Site Explorer. iWeb tool, backing checker, all of y'all. Look, step your game up. Open Site Explorer is killing. I went to iWeb tool just to use theirs.
Okay.
And checking the site, and it was like, oh, no backlinks. So then I
each thing was missing one.
Yeah. So I finished my web analysis, sent it to my guy, like, yeah, and you need some backlinks, bro. Then I go back and check this one after I sent it, and he got a ton of backlinks.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm like, man, that was
Like,
kind of yeah. So,
Retract, unretweet.
Yes,
yeah,
unreal.
yeah. My at bad.
Hashtag that.
So go check out OpenSiteExplorer.org. Awesome tool. It can definitely help if you're an SEO or you just want to know what's up with your site. It'll definitely help you out.
So let's address Darren.
All right.
Darren posted a question. He says he wants to put a price list on the site, and he doesn't know which way to go. Should he do it in a table, or should he use list items? Which one would be more SEO friendly? My thought was
Table?
the list items
I
would
just
be
randomly.
well, no,
I
the
had
table.
no idea what
It's
I'm talking
50-50.
about.
Yeah, the list items are probably more SEO friendly because it's a list. They do give special consideration to list. However, for the sake of presenting a price chart, it's more effective to use the table. If you're gonna use the table, my suggestion is to your top row, make it a table header.
Right.
You can
Yep.
do that. Put your text in there, and I would probably even experiment with dropping an H3 inside table header.
And there's a data header too, right?
There's a data header.
Yeah.
And I think that will,
Your
that'll
product
lay out your
name.
prices more, and it'll be recognized as important information in a chart. So, go with the table for presentation, and I don't know how many prices you have. So,
Retweet.
yeah.
This is 2 cents.
Yeah.
Retweet.
That's my
By
retweet.
the way, that was Darren who gave you a hard time about QR
Yeah.
codes.
Dan, he gave you a hard time about this.
Oh, I'm gaining weight?
Yeah, he's looking at
I am
say,
gaining
oh,
weight.
Man. He said, oh, man, Paul getting a little chubby.
I am, man. I am. And this is my medium.
Yeah,
Medium?
Yeah, he got a medium.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got
I am. I've been eating good lately.
a
I
double
can't even
X
lie.
small.
Yeah. That's right, man. I haven't been running. You haven't seen my cardio trainer on my Facebook lately,
He's
man.
been hanging out with me too.
Yeah, eating good, man.
You guys hit Red Onion the other day, right? You checked?
Oh, well, I went with my homegirl
Yeah.
Jill.
Oh,
Caught
cool.
up with her. We went and ate. Oh, I got blank stare.
Blank stare, yeah.
Hold on.
Wait.
Yeah, that's blank.
Yeah, it
I
is.
felt a little out of practice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not right. Blank stare at Best Buy. Best Buy, they reached their quota in selling iPad 2s, had a full stock in the back, and did not bring any more out. Told clients they were out.
Wow.
Apple found out about it. Made
No
a
more?
decision. We're not
No
selling iPads through Best Buy anymore.
Oh!
So why would they do that though?
I don't
Like,
know.
They probably thought contractually they were
They-
only allowed to do
so
sell
many.
that.
Think it's a lack of communication on both parties, but either way,
Best Buy just got screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all really
Man.
did.
Apple say, you know what, we're not selling no more iPads.
And that's Apple probably made that mistake, saying, "Look, here's your contract. Your contract is you can sell this many on the 1st
Mhm.
opening day or whatever. And even if you haven't, and if I read that contract, I'm like,
I ain't
okay, I
selling
have them
no
in the
more.
back, but if I do this, I'm breaking the contract. Man, there's gonna be a lawsuit about that.
Tight on them. So,
Yeah. Sucks to be at Best Buy. I'm
If
saying
you're
all
looking,
day today.
especially if you're looking for an iPad.
Yeah. Man.
All right, this has been podcast number 102. You have been listening to the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. Again, that is because of you. We really appreciate that. I was excited because we had a review today on iTunes. Go on to iTunes, do us a small little favor, create an account, put a review, and make it good and bad. Like remind everyone that we make your butt itch.
Make your butt itch.
I don't even know what that is.
But scratch would be better because at least scratching an itch. But
I think we're still in the
Yeah.
same, we're still in the same
I plead the
ballpark.
Go ahead. I cut you off.
No, I'm not going to say what I want to
again, and it has nothing to do with where he lives in Houston, right?
No, it doesn't
Again, you can send us an email, podcast@e-webstyle.com. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/ewebstyle, facebook.com/ewebstyle. We always got cool stuff going on Facebook. We've got a new question and answer thing that I've been playing with, so we're going to put some questions out there for you guys to get your response. Remember, we do websites.
Yes, we do.
And this is the end of podcast number 102. Until the next podcast, thank you guys for listening. My name is Chris.
Paul Hansen.
Charles Lewis.
Bye-bye for now.
I'm going to eat a burrito just for you, Darren. Today, I'm going to send you a picture of it.